Hi everyone. Today I'm going to be taking a look at water and giving it an honest review. This is the first release from H2O, that's hydrogen to oxygen, and over the course of its 3.8 billion year career, it has made quite a few waves. Let's get one thing straight first. There's no denying just how popular this thing is. Water is one of those things that everyone just knows about, no matter who you are, where you're from. Chances are, at some point in your life, you've come across water in one way or another. You might have even tried some. And while I can't speak for everyone, personally, I do enjoy partaking in a nice glass of water first thing in the morning when I wake up. Water has been in the game for a long time, much longer than some of its other contemporaries like orange juice and Coca-Cola, and certainly longer than LaCroix. Yet, for how long it's been around, water has made very, very few changes. In fact, it's always been wet, it's always been see-through, and it's always been made up of the same thing, which seems like a lot of confidence on water's part, but does water live up to the hype? Yes and no. There are definitely a lot of things to appreciate about water. For one, being a liquid with the extensive capability to dissolve molecules is a huge plus. In its groundbreaking debut, hydrogen bonding to 2-oxygen, water did something that pretty much no one else has even come close to being as good at. I really love how water continues to be a universal solvent, which is essential for the process of supporting life because it allows things like humans to live by helping red blood cells transport oxygen. Now, some might see this and say that water has become lazy, that it found what worked billions of years ago and has just been milking that cow ever since. But is that laziness? Or is it just extreme dedication to the craft? I can certainly appreciate when critics say that water doesn't innovate, that water regurgitates the same old and puts out the same thing year after year. But in my opinion, water does what water does best for a reason, because it found what works and perfected it. Now, it's possible that H2O is going to get stale in the future, but for now, I think things are fine and water is still ahead of the pack. I also very much enjoy that water is universally applicable in a variety of situations. Hot day, water. Sports, water. Bath, water. Hot dog, water. On the surface, you would think this eclectic style would hold water back, but it only works in its favor. And while the formula hasn't changed, water has found a way to apply it to a variety of different styles, which keeps things fresh and universal. All that being said, water still has a few issues, and there are some things that just don't float with me, like drowning. What's up with that? While I can definitely acknowledge water's creativity, I don't know how well this meshes in the context of water's other work. I mean, this is, after all, the same substance that invented swimming, and those two together just don't seem like a good combination with each other. Sometimes I have a hard time believing this is the substance that invented wet. And personally, I think we could do without that. Listen, I'm not against a little rain here and there, okay? A little drink for the plants, a little mood for the moody days, but flooding the basement, blizzards, look. Snow is just a complete train wreck of opinions. Some people love it and some people hate it, and yes, it's fun, and yes, winter magic, but to say water wasn't being a little tongue-in-cheek with this one, what with the making it impossible to drive, I mean, did we really have to go there? That's not to say it's all bad. You know, I have to mention that water is drinkable. I feel like without it, I would die. So it's really, really nice that water is usually there. The taste is also still one of the most controversial aspects of water. While some people love it, some people absolutely hate it, or rather, the lack of it. I sort of understand why water went this route. It wants to appeal to the average consumer, it wants to appeal to a broad audience, but I sometimes can't help but think that maybe this is a bit of a Weenie Hut Jr.'s move by water. Like, take a stance, bro. Damn. Choose something. Even tea chose a flavor, and that's just plants. I can't say that the lack of taste is totally bad though, because that does sometimes work in water's favor when you just need something. It pairs very nicely with just about anything, but it would have been very nice to see water make some kind of decision as to what flavor it wants after billions of years of being around. Respect where respect is due, because I really can't understate just how influential water has been to other drinks in the industry either. All drinks have been influenced by water in one way or another. Anything you put in your body is based on water. And this just goes to show how much of a trailblazer water has been through the course of its career, because 3.8 billion years later, people are still looking at what water is doing and borrowing from it. Overall, water has been a pretty solid entry from H2O, and something that I think a lot of people can get behind. Even taking its flaws into account, I think water has done a lot to advance the drinking scene, and there's something to be said for that. Oceans are pretty cool too. I'm feeling a strong 6 to a light 7 on this thing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again later.